podcast. I hope you are doing well. And today we are taking a trip to the land of Dawn. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Muiza, and today we are going to have a conversation about a topic that's relevant to today's topic. The topic is all about team playing in Mobile Legends ranked game. We'll explore aspects of gaming, especially ranked games such as hero selection, game strategy, and how to balance in game real life and real world. And of course, I won't be alone today. We have someone here to share her experience playing Mobile Legends. And welcome, Nabila.
Hello everyone.
And can you introduce yourself first?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nabila Septiani. I'm majoring in English Education Department, and right now I'm in 5th semester at Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa.
Okay, nice to meet you, Nabila.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, Nabila is a person who loves the world of games, right?
Yes, I say so. I really enjoy the world of game. For me, gaming isn't just about winning or ranking up, but also about having fun, relaxing, and spending time with friends. Is something I genuinely enjoy and keep coming back to.
And if you really enjoy playing games, what games do you frequently play?
I frequently play Mobile Legends, right?
Yes.
It's a game in mobile phone, and it can be team up with friends, and it's so much fun.
Alright, so the most frequently is Mobile Legends.
Yes.
Speaking of that game, for what I know, there are classic, ranked, and brawl modes, and the most popular is ranked.
Yes.
And could you explain a bit about the ranked game and what makes it so different and being so popular?
Okay, ranked mode, as the name suggests, is ranking system. Players start at the lowest rank and progress to highest rank, from the warrior, master, grandmaster, epic, legend, and mythic. But at mythic is divided into four tiers like Romawi, Honor, Glory, and Immortal. So each rank is typically divided into 5-star and 5 stage, like for example as Epic 2 and Star 3. And winning is essential to accumulating star to advance. However, once you reach mythic, the system goes longer use star but points. For example, in Romawi Mythic goes from 1 to 24 points, and Honor Mythic goes from 25 to 49 points. Then Glory Mythic goes to 50 to 99 points, and finally the Immortal Mythic goes from 100 points onward, and with no limit. What makes ranked different and so popular is the more serious atmosphere. People play more focused, think strategically, and the teamwork is more pronounced, as very much really impact your rank, and there's a sense of satisfaction when you successfully climb the rank. And that's what makes many players addicted to playing ranked.
Alright, so speaking of ranks, I sometimes hear people complain about ranked games, especially when playing solo. I think they are saying harder to play solo. So, what's the difference between solo and team rank?
So when playing solo, you'll be matched with random players. So you don't know how they play. Communication is minimal, and sometimes each player goals are different. Some wants to push rank seriously while others play casually, and this often make the game unbalanced. And that's why many people find solo rank more challenging and emotionally demanding. It's different from team rank or playing in party. We usually play with friends, we already know each other, so communication is smoother and strategies can be planned from the start, and each player's role is clear, and the chance of winning are usually greater when we play in team.
Okay, so it's quite difficult because different intention also influence whether the player is serious about increasing their rank or just playing around. For yourself, which do you choose between solo rank or team rank?
Personally, I choose team rank because playing with friends while chatting and joking around during the game really help me relieve stress. Like it makes the whole experience more fun and relaxed. Not just about winning or losing. So it's not about winning or losing, right? It's so much fun, and solo rank can be fun sometimes, but it's more unpredictable. Like you never really know who you're going to get as teammate. With a team, I feel more relaxed and confident, and the game is just more enjoyable overall.
Okay, so playing solo really takes a lot of energy for you.
Definitely, playing solo really does take a lot of energy. You have to adapt fast, deal with random teammates, and stay mentally strong the whole time. Sometimes you're not just playing the game, but also managing your own emotion. That's why solo rank can feel way more exciting compared to playing with a team.
So for team rank, beside with your individual skills, what factors determine victory or defeat when you play that game?
Okay, in team rank, individual skill definitely matters, but it's not the main thing that decide the game. One of the biggest factor is not being greedy. A lot of teams lose because they force fight over his skills or get over chess skills or get too confident. Playing calmly is also really important, especially when you're behind. And even if the team is losing, staying calm helps everyone makes better decision and wait for the right moment to turn the game around. And on the other side, when you're winning, don't underestimate the enemy because one careless move, and the game can flip really fast. So yeah, staying chill, not playing greedy, and respecting both good and bad situation usually matter more than pure mechanism in team rank.
Okay. Staying chill because it is really important to balance the team so that the game can run smoothly.
Yes.
Alright, next, here's one of the most exciting dramas in Team Rank, the hero selection dilemma. For example, everyone wants to play the core role. How does your team overcome ego during the drafting pick pass for the hero selection?
For me, since I usually play in party, we already decide our roles. Like from the beginning, decide our role from the beginning. So before the draft pick even start, everyone knows what they playing. That role that alone help avoid a lot of drama. And we also try not to play with ego. We keep things flexible so anyone can switch roles if needed. For example, if I'm supposed to play mid lane, but the team needs a roamer more, I'm totally fine switching. I think that's what really makes teamwork. When everyone is open, trust each other, and focuses on the team instead of their own role, the game feels smoother. And in the end, the goal isn't to show off who plays score, but to win together and enjoy the game as a team.
Alright, so your team agreement holds the key in hero selection strategy. Once is hero selected, is there a general strategy that you always emphasize in the team? For example, what strategy do you use in start game and late game?
Okay, once a hero has been chosen, the initial game plan to usually emphasize whether to play aggressively in the early game or play it safe while waiting for the late game. So this is crucial to ensure everyone is on the same page. If the team is strong in the early game, they usually focus on pressure from the start, capturing objectives like turtle, invading the enemy jungle, and not giving them a chance to breathe. However, if the composition is late game, they play more patiently, guarding their lands, not forcing wars, and focusing on farming until the core is established.
Wow, that is a complex strategy. We move to the next for the bitter part. For Nabila, what were you experience when you play game and you start to lose streak, and how did you feel when that?
Okay, honestly, the worst losing streak I ever experienced was quite frustrating, especially if the loss were consecutive. It feels like a slight bad mood, and it carried over in the next match. But because I play the game with the mindset of having fun, it didn't become overly stressful. I didn't focus too much on the wins and losses. Instead, enjoying the process. And the funny thing is, in every losing match, there were always absurd or hilarious moments that made me laugh. So even though I kept losing, I still felt exciting, and that's what kept me playing without pressure.
Wow, that must feel frustrated. Um, it must have been emotionally draining. And how did you and your team ultimately overcome the anger caused by the losing streak?
My friends and I actually don't really get angry when we lose, because from the start, as I said before, our mindset is play game to have fun. So we don't take it too personally if the result don't meet our expectation. But usually, if we lose consecutively, we realize we are in bad mood. So to keep our emotion at bay, we usually switch modes from ranked to classic or bravo. By changing modes, the games become more relaxed. There's no pressure about ranking, and we can laugh again. Once we are in better mood, we sometimes resume playing ranked again.
Okay, so you and your team will take some time to relax and play in other mode,
Yes.
then continue to play rank again.
Yes.
And lastly, on the mental side, how much of an impact does losing streak in this game impact in your life, such as making your being anger issue or disrupting your focus when you doing your job?
Uh, as I said before, right? My friends and I play game just for having fun. So losing streak don't affect my real life. So once the game is over, I don't think about it too much. It doesn't carry over to me, making me easily angry at home, and it doesn't interfere with my focus on college assignment or other things. For me, games are just entertainment. So once the match is over, I just let it go and go on with my other activities as usual.
Alright, so now it's time for tips and tricks. Give us the tips for those who want to push their rank.
Okay, if you want to seriously push rank, the first thing is mindset. So don't play when you're tired, emotional, or in a bad mood because that can easily lead to bad decision. If you lost 2 or 3 times in a row, it's better to take a break or change modes. Second is master a few heroes, but be really good at them. So don't try out too many new hero in ranked. Having a reliable hero in 2 or 3 roles is crucial, especially if someone suddenly takes the main role. So third is play objectively. Like kills are important, but turtles, turret, and lords are far more decisive for victory. Many people lose and not because of war mechanism but because they forget their objective. And the fourth, communication. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just use ping or short, clear chat, and don't be toxic because the only makes the team more disorganized. Finally, if possible, push rank with friends. Party games are much more enjoyable because communication flows and strategy can be adjusted. But if you're solo, just focus on your own gameplay and don't worry too much about your team mistake.
Okay, next, 4 important tips, especially regarding mentality and real life. Can you give us?
The most important thing for player is mental health. Like just remember, games are entertainment, not a burden. Winning is bonus, losing is part of the game. So don't let your in-game rank dictate your mood or self-esteem in the real world. Also, don't forget about real life, college assignment, work, family, and rest. And rest should still be prioritized. Games can be put aside, but responsibility cannot. And enjoy the game, take the fun, relieve stress as long as you can balance game and real life. Gaming will remain fun and won't be a problem.
Okay, this was an amazing sharing from Nabila, and thank you so much for coming here and sharing your experience. And before we close, as someone who has been playing this game for a long time, what message or encouragement would you like to share with listener?
For me, it's for those of you still having trouble finding a suitable team or playtime, don't be discouraged. Every player has experienced a past where they play alone and don't feel like they fit in with their team. That's normal. The important thing is to remain a fun player to play with. Don't be toxic, be willing to communicate, and be willing to learn. People usually feel more comfortable playing with players who have a good attitude, not just those who are good in skills. Take it slow and enjoy process. Sometimes from a random match you can meet a friend who end up becoming a permanent teammate. And most importantly, play for fun. If you enjoy yourself, you feel the energy, and the right team will usually come naturally.
Alright, what a truly inspiring closing, everyone. Today we learned that the struggle in ranked game is not just about only skill, but also mental toughness, strategic maturity, and team chemistry. And it's the end of our discussion today. Nabila, once again, thank you very much for coming here to sharing your very experience. And I am Siti Muiza. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.